Good day to everyone. Below is a summary explanation from the Ministry of Labor concerning short-term tutorial school BuxibanTeachers and freelance artists. First, I will speak about BuxibanTeachers. Taking account of the overall needs of industrial development, the government included provision in this act for opening teaching in Buxibans in subjects as announced by the competent central authorities after consulting with the Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Economic Affairs has already thus consulted with the Ministry of Education about the teaching needs for the digital content industry, and in the future, appropriately qualified foreign nationals will be able to work in Buxibans as teachers of subjects related to the digital content industry. To meet the needs of Taiwan's industries, now the foreign special talent can not only come to Taiwan to teach languages, but also teach specialized subjects such as digital content industry, and the employer can also apply on behalf of the applicant as well. Now the Ministry of Labor has also stipulated related regulations for the applicants to follow. The scope of such digital content industry subjects includes digital games, including home use software, gaming software, computer game software, and mobile phone game software, computer animation and anime, and somatosensory technology, including virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. All these have been extremely popular nowadays. So the R&D technology for the software and the hardware can also be included in the new act. Now we are also maintaining flexibility toward talent recruitment, and where a substantive contribution can be made to nurturing domestic talent, the range of such opening can be increased through consultation between the competent authorities as prescribed. A school that proposes to employ a foreign professional as a digital content teacher must meet the following requirements. First of all, it must be a lawfully established short-term tutorial school registered in accordance with the Supplementary Education Act. Secondly, it must be a lawfully registered corporate juridical person. And thirdly, it must have signed a cooperation agreement with an international teaching institution. For example, Canada's Vancouver Film School or Japan's Kadokawa Anime are famous institutions globally. If an agreement is signed with such institutions, employers can file an application. The qualifying requirements for the foreign teachers are as follows. Their announced monthly salary in Taiwan must be at least 47,971 NT dollars, and they must meet one of the following conditions. 1. Be recorded as having earned a significant international award, such as the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. I believe that you have heard of the news. This movie by the famous NBA star Kobe Bryant, Dear Basketball, won the Oscars Best Animated Film Award this year. If Kobe would like to come to Taiwan, we will definitely welcome him with open arms. 2. Have at least 4 years work experience in the digital content industry or at least 2 years teaching experience in an international teaching institution. And 3, be recognized as qualified through a flexible consultation mechanism. The applicant is required to submit an application form, the responsible person's proof of identity, the school's company's registration, an employment contract, the processing fee, and other prescribed documentation. If the documentation is fully in order and the application approved, a work permit for a maximum duration of 3 years will be issued and may be extended unlimited times. And now I will speak about freelance artists. According to Article 46, Paragraph 1, Subparagraph 6 of the Employment Service Act, it was stipulated that the employer could apply for the work permit for the foreign artists, and the artist himself cannot apply for the permit directly. In order to enhance Taiwan's arts and culture environment, the act made liberalizing provisions for foreign artists to apply direct to the Ministry of Labor for a work permit without needing to apply through an employer. That is to say, now the foreign artists have to meet the requirements and they can apply directly to the Ministry of Labor, and there's also a special legislation in place. In other words, the foreign artists can file for the application directly to the MOL. There are 4 main categories of work that foreign freelance artists can undertake in Taiwan. The first category is performing and visual arts, which encompasses creativity, critical review, workshops, and other related work in the spheres of music, dance, fine art, and so on. The second category is publishing, which essentially means creative and commentative work relating to culture and the arts in newspapers, magazines, and other media. The third category is film, radio, television, and popular music, meaning work related to creation and production in those spheres. The final category is crafts, which means the creation or teaching of craftwork in leather, ceramics, and other materials. We also preserve some flexibility. If in the future the Ministry of Labor opens more fields, then we can further discuss these areas. Foreign nationals who come to Taiwan to work as freelance artists must meet the qualifying criteria for one of these categories before they can submit a work permit application. For example, for work in the performing and visual arts, they must demonstrate that they have at least 10 years of work experience in their field and have achieved extraordinary creative success, or have a master's or doctoral degree plus a corresponding number of years of related work experience, or have been recommended by a national body. And thirdly, for the work in the publishing category, the applicant must demonstrate that, first of all, the applicant has worked at important newspapers such as New York Times or The Times as a senior manager or a chief editor. Or the applicant has worked at important magazines such as National Geographic or Time Magazine as a senior manager or chief editor. Then they are welcome to come to Taiwan. Secondly, the applicant has won a home nation or international award related to literature or comics. For example, the applicant has won a Pulitzer Prize. And thirdly, the applicant has been recommended by a national body. For the work in the film, radio, television, and popular music category, they must demonstrate that they have been nominated for an award in an important Taiwan or international film festival. And secondly, the applicant has held a related professorship or associate professorship. Or thirdly, the applicant has served as a responsible person of a major film company or institution. Lastly, for the work in craft category, they must demonstrate that they have been nominated for an award in a relevant domestic or internationally recognized contest. An applicant for a freelance artist work permit must submit an application form, passport copy, processing fee receipt, and other stipulated documents. If the documentation is fully in order and the application approved, a work permit for a maximum duration of 3 years will be issued and may be extended unlimited times. There are also other things to specially mention. At present, applications can only be made on paper, not online. The applicant must either deliver the application in person or send it by mail. Once again, the applications must be directed to the Zhonghua Road Cross-Border Workforce Affairs Center of the Ministry of Labor's Workforce Development Agency. If the documentation is fully in order, a permit will be issued within 12 working days. The processing fee is $500 per application. Foreign language documents should be accompanied by a Chinese translation to facilitate the screening process. Related information can be found on the Workforce Development Agency's Easy Work Taiwan website. This briefing is concluded. Thank you.